The vice president of Xbox is seemingly trying to roast the PlayStation, and I think he kind of has a point. But let's discuss. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So right now is the beginning of Summer Games Fest. Typically this week used to be E3, the time when Nintendo and Sony and Microsoft and Ubisoft and Square Enix come out and show their next big games. The grand reveals, the shadow drops. A lot of us get very excited for E3 time, but the vibe for Summer Games Fest, it feels different. It feels more chill in general. But I am personally very curious about the upcoming Xbox Games Showcase, followed by the Starfield Direct, mostly because, to be quite honest, the Summer Games Fest version of what Sony was doing, obviously the PlayStation Showcase, downright sucked. It was terrible, and I've talked about this. I feel like PlayStation is clearly working on a lot of big, cool games, and yet instead their showcase was full of absolute random trash. So this is what the vice president of Xbox has been tweeting, and it's kind of savage in a more subtle way. So he says this: it is 7 days till our first ever double feature, roughly 2 hours of non-stop games, and Starfield. Now, that's a pretty banger tweet. I think a lot of us are at least curious about this. Even if you don't own an Xbox, a lot of people are kind of going, I mean, how many games can actually be packed into a 2-hour show? But people are actually chiming in here and saying, no movie trailers, please. Because keep in mind, during the PlayStation Showcase, for some reason, we got trailers for stuff like the Gran Turismo movie. Now, I actually think the Gran Turismo movie does look fun, but if I'm turning into a games showcase, I don't want to see ads for mobile games. I don't want to see ads for garbage TV shows or tie-ins. Show me the games. Well, Aaron Greenberg said this: I can confirm there will be no movie trailers during our games showcase. Okay, that's pretty good. Some people, of course, trying to say that means no TV series, no anything. I can confirm there will be no movie or TV shows, just games during our show. Now that's great, but here's the part that people are actually talking about the most. We want gameplay of announced titles and CGI for the unannounced titles. You know, this is sort of the customary trend of when companies are doing it right. You get like a teaser trailer with like a character drawing a sword or some sort of spaceship taking off to announce a game. And then after that, we just want gameplay. Obviously, they did this very well. Xbox is kind of doing great, in my opinion, with the marketing for Senua's Saga, the next Senua's Sacrifice. That game looks marvelous. Well, he says this: none of our first-party games in the show are full CG trailers. Everything is either in-game footage, in-engine footage, or in-game footage with some cinematics. Each of our trailers will be labeled, so it's hopefully clear to our fans. Now, this is, in the nicest way possible, a bit brutal. They're straight up saying that they definitely have more to show than PlayStation is willing to reveal. Like during the entire PlayStation Showcase, the only real first-party gameplay we got was Spider-Man. No Wolverine tease, no talks about the future of God of War, no actual reveals to what's coming up next for Horizon or Killzone or SOCOM or any of the 8 billion other franchises that's currently being worked on probably by Sony. Whereas here, Aaron Greenberg is straight up saying, we've got 2 hours to games to show, and all of it is actual real stuff. Not CGI, just straight up. Like when Sony came out and showed stuff specifically for games like Bungie is working on that new Marathon game, the teaser, the art, the vibe was cool, but I want to see how it plays, not just some opening cutscene. Oh man, this is actually pretty good, and I said so. I said straight up that this sounds like Xbox is cooking. Now, weirdly, I'm not even going to bother showing you the replies to this because a lot of people seem to be very upset that I'm somehow saying that this is great. Honestly, I want gameplay. I've been saying this, but all I want from this showcase is gameplay and release dates. Tell me when that next big game is coming to Game Pass. No more teases, no more hand waving. The thing that Xbox does most that absolutely pisses me off is that thing where they like sit there, a bunch of freaking dudes are sitting there and have like a conversation. We're talking to the developers about the future of perfect. Just show me gameplay. I don't care if I have to wait longer. Show me the gameplay. That's all I want. Gameplay and release dates. And that seems like what we're going to get. Additionally, obviously, there was some pretty severe backlash this year from Redfall for a variety of reasons. You know, the game sucks, the game sucks dick, the game sucks wet butthole, and the game also just eats ass. But like in the way that's not good because it's wet ass. Anyways, that game ran at 30 frames a second. They're already just saying this is going to be a live stream at 4K 60 FPS. Now, we can probably pretty safely assume these games aren't all going to run at 4K 60 FPS, but at least they won't on Xbox Series X. They'll probably do the typical thing where there is a 4K mode at 30 FPS or the performance mode that's a solid 60 FPS. But Redfall, since it was 30 FPS, I think this is them already saying, we're trying to do better. We're going to try and show you the cleanest, best version of these games. This seems great. Honestly, this entire list right here sounds good. They're not making empty promises like saying, oh, here's a bunch of stuff that's coming in the next 12 months, only to fail to deliver. Now, there is this interesting thing that happens with a lot of these game companies, whether it is Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft. You get the anti-hype. That's what I like to call it. When people want to give them credit, I think that Microsoft here seems like they're doing it right. It sounds like this showcase may actually be full of bangers, which I'm hoping that way Summer Games Fest isn't quite as dry as it appears to be. But additionally, there is this weird group of people that's already saying they're overhyping it. Aaron Greenberg is overhyping it. If this game sucks, it's gonna blow up in their faces. I do love this thumbnail a lot of just looking so mad at Aaron Greenberg. I'm definitely tuning in with a lot of curiosity. I am going in hopeful. Some people are saying that I'm pretending to be hyped so that I can poop on this later. Look, you guys give me too much credit. I wake up and I talk on camera about video games and then I play Diablo 4 all day. I don't have any master plan. I'm some random idiot talking in his bedroom in Texas. But I am going to be streaming the Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Showcase for sure. I'm going to be doing a live reaction here on this channel. So if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed and like the video. Also, I will afterward be making a recap talking about the things that look best, the things that look worse, and we'll see what we're in for. I definitely expect a shadow drop of the Final Fantasy 16 demo, and boy howdy, am I ready for that. So, tell me your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Oh man, hell yeah. I'm so sweaty. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.